A new trend is emerging surrounding everybody's favourite food delivery service, Uber Eats and Just Eat, and why you might as well just go and collect it yourself. Hi to everybody that's new, and welcome back to those at the channel that just gone viral. 85% of you have still not subscribed, so what are you doing? And smash the subscribe button. Thank you for joining me back for yet another video. Here we report the ever-trending scandal of Uber Eats and their drivers, and also Just Eat. Join me as we delve into today's news report, where we will dive into what it's really like to be a delivery driver and also a driver. Whether you're considering it as a side hustle or a full-time job in the UK, this video will give you an inside scoop and the lowdown on how Uber is failing its customers and delivery drivers are even eating the food orders. So buckle up and let's get rolling. There's a lot to cover, and I promise it's going to be an interesting ride. First off, let's talk a bit about the perks for working for Uber and Just Eat. If you do get to work for the companies, then this is what you can expect. The flexibility is unbeatable. You can literally work whenever you want. You get to choose your own hours, and this means you can fit it around other commitments, whether it's the school run, another job, or family time. So if you want to drive early in the morning, it's fine. You can catch the sunrise and start your day with a sense of accomplishment. But if you're a night bird and you prefer late nights, that can also work for you too. The towns and cities have different vibes at night, and sometimes the roads are quieter. You get to be your own boss, and that's a huge plus. But we need to be real, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Then there is the downside, and the slow days where you might only get a few orders. It can be frustrating, especially if you're counting on making a certain amount of money. And don't get me started on the traffic. You can end up sitting in gridlock, and it can be a major buzzkill. Navigating through heavy traffic not only eats up your time, but also your fuel, which can cut into your earnings and your profit. But if you want to talk about money and earnings, it can vary. Some days you'll feel like you've hit the jackpot, where on other days not so much. It's a bit of a roller coaster. But that's the nature of the gig economy and the state of the UK at the minute. But every bit counts. Plus you can also get tips which really add up. A friendly smile and a good service can often lead to generous tips, which can make a massive difference in your pay packet. One thing you've got to like and love is people, as you will meet all kinds of characters. Some of them are super friendly and grateful, and others are not so much. But it's all part and parcel in the adventure. And then there's the food. The smell of the food can be torturous if you've been working many hours with a rumbling tummy. If you've ever driven around with a steaming pizza in the back seat, trust me, it can test the willpower of you. A pro tip for aspiring drivers is to keep your car clean, because a clean, tidy ride can lead to better tips and higher rates. Plus, no one wants to ride in your mess, right? So is driving for Uber Eats really worth it? Or Just Eat? If you're looking for flexibility and a bit of extra cash, and you don't mind the occasional traffic jam and some hassle, then yes, it's pretty awesome. But at what cost to the customers? Because you as a customer could be getting value for money, but what lies beneath is a much darker secret. A scandal broke earlier this year of how Uber drivers and Just Eat drivers were renting out their accounts on a daily basis to illegal migrants waiting for their applications to be processed. But now the problem has escalated, as now these drivers are now eating the food orders, and Uber has failed to support its customers along with Just Eat, which would now leave you speechless. The ever-increasing rentals of Uber Eats and Just Eat driver accounts to foreign illegal nationals that are awaiting a response on their application of asylum has rocketed. If you was to say that the account earns £150 for the day, then the account holder would take £90 and leave the rest of the money to the worker renting their account. This also goes for the drivers, and they also rent out on a daily basis to foreign illegal immigrants waiting on applications, with some of which don't hold a licence at all. The government revealed back in January this year by the Conservative Party that at least 16,000 temporary work visas had been issued to illegal migrants who had crossed the Channel in the UK while they were awaiting the process of their asylum application. Which begs the question, as to what extent and length will the government go in order to keep the economy going and to influence statistics to match their agenda. There is also the security of its customers. If the people are not the actual account holders who are delivering the food, then you don't know who is. There's the scandal that broke the other day, where Uber Eats drivers, and especially Just Eat drivers, are now either destroying people's food orders or taking the food and stealing it, then only to be caught on one occasion by a very angry customer who caught the delivery driver eating her food order of £70 that never arrived. And now also video footage has been released by an angry customer named Hannah, who ordered food through Uber Eats from a Chinese local, only for the delivery driver to turn up and stamp all over her food in front of her, saying that you won't be getting any Chinese food now. This was all in response to Hannah's question as to whereabouts the delivery driver was.
Oh, there's my food on the floor.
There you go, there you go.
You didn't do it properly, did you?
You get any food, this so bad.
See you later.
When customers have complained to Uber Eats or Just Eats with regards to the behaviour and conduct of their delivery drivers and their food orders not being delivered, there seems to be just a dead end and a generated response. The problem with Uber extends to the USA, where one of their drivers for hire was reported by a customer for unacceptable behaviour and comments, with one girl leaving a review after a booking she took with her friend and the Uber driver. When one of the girls asked for a piece of chewing gum, she was met with a response from the driver as, "What do I get in return?" If you've got any questions or want to share any of your own Uber stories or Just Eat stories, then drop them in the comments below. Don't forget to smash like and smash subscribe. Take care of yourselves when ordering food and driving around, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.